I'm going to do the best I can to show you how I'm perfecting my accounting skills to complete accounting tasks almost in real time, but on the fly. And if you watch me, you understand that Bolt Deliveries have transitioned to using a new company to send out payouts to their delivery drivers. But I can't forget, originally, Bolt Deliveries used this, and I have it set up as a rule in my QuickBooks app, because when they send me payment, I don't have to manually enter it every time. I set the rule up. But Saab Grinds LLC, that will no longer be how they're sending me income I earn from accepting food delivery orders, catering orders from them through the Cartwheel app. So here we go. I wrote down notes in several places because I cannot forget this. Because at tax time, all I have to do is I go on my desktop or laptop, I have two, and it's showing me that's the income I earned so far this year from working, delivering food for Bolt Deliveries. But all I have to do is type in Saab Grinds LLC and set this for income. This populates. Then you click this little download here. It downloads it. This will pop up and it will tally up how much I earned, because I have to submit that into the TurboTax manually when I complete my taxes. At tax time, I print all of these out and I submit the data into TurboTax. That's how I prepare my tax return. So I need to stay on top of it, so at tax time, it's easy peasy. I already have a folder created for 2024. I have to stay on top of it that I remember. I have it in several locations. Don't forget, Bolt Deliveries made a transition in the middle of the year. You have to make sure, Michelle, that you print out the Saab Grinds income. And now I'm setting everything up to be able to print out GigSafe forms. Let's continue. I'll be receiving my income that I earn from Bolt Deliveries from GigSafe. However, when it hits my account, it says stitch. That's what I earned, the $121.14. I waited so I can create a rule. So I have to tell the app, I have to program the AI to work for me, so I don't have to add it manually every time I receive income from working for Bolt Deliveries. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say business, it's income, then you see create a rule. Go stitch, create a rule. Always mark stitch as business income. Yes. Excellent. So now the next time I work for them, I don't have to worry about manually entering, oh, I received payment from Stitch. The app will be doing it for me. Note, Stitch 2. We'll leave it just like that. It did it for me. Save. Excellent. I believe I understand it better now. Gross earnings, fees and deductions. They show you the settlement fee and the OCAC and commercial auto fees applied and Cartwheel app. I believe I understand it better today. My gross earnings were $125. It's showing these are the fees and deductions. Settlement fee is 86 cents for this payout, and they charge $3 for that OCAC and commercial auto fees applied in the Cartwheel app. My net pay, $121.14. Now I have to enter that manually. In my QuickBooks, I'm going to tap on the plus sign under transactions, add expense manually. It says, who did you pay? I decided to go with GigSafe. I don't want to use the same name as Stitch Stitch. This is because it's a business expense. It's not income. The amount, $3.86. Done. Other business expenses. I'm going to tap on that. Let me see. Transfer, other business expenses. Fees. I'm being charged fees. What kind of fees? Transaction or processing fees. That's what I want. I'm going to tap that because it's processing fees for me to receive that income. Additional note. I'm going to write Bolt Deliveries. And, well, you know what? I'll just say Bolt Deliveries because, add note, I have GigSafe as the vendor. Then I'm going to tap Save. Now, I wonder if I could turn that into a rule. I tapped on Reviewed. Let me see. Going to tap on that. Click Edit. No, it don't give me the option. I have to do this manually. I'm creating a folder, and when I receive the invoice telling me that I received payment and showing the fees and deductions, I'm placing it under Bolt Deliveries and GigSafe banking fees. It's a folder I'm creating, so I have the invoices in a folder. It's like a filing cabinet. It's like all the invoices from Bolt Deliveries and GigSafe banking fees will be placed in the same folder. Create. There we go. I know most people don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But it has to be done that I can do it on the fly. And I don't have to spend more than a minute a month, maybe 2, entering that information into my QuickBooks app. So at tax time, I could print out the total, the tallying up of how much I earned from Bolt Deliveries. It's got to be done. And I set it up that now I have a nice, this is what I've been doing with Too Good To Go. If you follow me, I write that off as a business expense because I upload videos about it. I write articles about it. So any money I spend on food becomes a business deductible. It's a business expense. Deductibles and expenses are different. It becomes a business expense. And it's legitimate because I'm building, I'm using it, I'm doing it to earn money. I won't put the invoice into the folder until I add it into the app. So at tax time, when I'm ready to prepare my tax return, I don't second guess myself. Did I add that? Did I put that in? Yes. When I enter it into the app, that's when I place it into the folder. It's a good backup. I like using the folders in an email like a filing cabinet. This should be seamless. It should be second nature. The initial work is daunting. The learning curve is irritating, but you have to do it, and then it becomes second nature. I shouldn't have to spend more than 5 minutes a month entering fees and deductions when I receive pay That's all my invoice from GigSafe and Stitch, but GigSafe. And when I enter Too Good To Go expenses that I spend buying the food, because I write off those miles too when I drive to the restaurant, because I'm uploading videos and I'm earning income from those videos. I write articles about Too Good To Go. I promote it all over my websites. Well, that becomes a legitimate business expense. So you're benefiting from it. You're paying less taxes. I'm going to cut it short here. I knew I had to do it tonight. Figure out. I was delivering today. I'll upload a separate video about that because I have other things to share. So much is happening so quickly. I was thinking about, how am I going to do this? Let me do it just like I do it for Too Good To Go. It's not something I have to do every day, but I say 5 minutes out of my month, I'm going to have to sit down and manually submit that data and place that invoice into the folder after I enter it into the QuickBooks Self-Employed app. See you in the next video clip. Entering Too Good To Go expenses. Plus, underneath unreviewed, add expense manually. Too Good To Go. Amount. This was on August 23rd. I'm looking at my email on my laptop. There you go. And I spent $10.84. $10.84. Optional note. I don't need to write that. I know it's too good to go. Save. I have to add that manually, and it's something that I do once in a while, but it's not something I use every day. I'm reviewing the invoice on my laptop, and it's easy to remember because I don't use it every day, and I could tell which emails I opened up. Like right now, that's the 3rd, 23rd. It became second nature. Now I have this one on the 26th I have to enter, the 29th, September 6th, time goes fast, and September 9th. I have to add those now. I'm going to do it now to get it over with. So I know once a month or once every couple of months, sit down for 5 minutes and enter the money I spent on Too Good To Go food, because I upload videos about it and I write articles. It's a legitimate business expense. Now, since I added that business expense, Too Good To Go, I'm going to take the invoice and add it to the folder I set up, Too Good To Go receipts. So I know it's in that folder if I ever need a copy of the invoice.